Gemini rising, hello, welcome to your February 2021 astrology and tarot reading. My name is Tessa. You're watching my channel. Sorry, I'm just kind of like playing with my hair a little bit here. Okay, so a couple of announcements before I jump into your guys' reading. I am working on a website right now. I'm actually almost done with it, tessataboo.com. There's a lot of different things kind of going on the website. I made it 100% myself. So it's very creative. It's very much a reflection of just like my personality. It's just like me, so hopefully you guys like it. And I'm just finishing up some last minute things. It's actually pretty much finished for the most part. I am just having some technical difficulties with the blog portion of it, just kind of like the logistics of it. I'm a little confused with the way that this particular domain has the blog laid out and the way that it works. I'm just kind of figuring out how the blog works. So once I get that figured out, I'll be ready to go. I do have my first post, which is a February tarot scope for all the zodiac signs. And then we're going to go from there, okay? But I'm pretty excited because I am a writer. I've been a writer since I was 12 years old. So that has always been one of the big things in my life as far as my creativity is concerned. Tarot and astrology, I got involved with that in early 2020, but I actually have a really interesting story about tarot and astrology that roots itself to some things that were happening to me like 10 years ago. So I've always had a connection to these like occultish type of things, and I've always had this like really interesting kind of connection to just like the divine. How do I explain it? I feel like I could actually make a whole video explaining the energy. It's kind of like, okay, so it's imagine that you're on a life course, right? You're on a specific course in your life, but you feel like there's something like missing, or you feel like maybe you're not on the right course, or you feel like you haven't completely figured out, like there's something missing in your life, and you feel like it's right there, but you just haven't figured out exactly what it is that's missing, or you feel like you're being pulled. You feel like there's this energy that's kind of pulling you to discover something about yourself, and then you realize that you have these gifts or talents that you didn't know that you had. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of like something like that, okay? Something like that. I've been writing diaries since I was a teenager, and then I started writing poetry, and I don't know, I feel like my life just is really bizarre, and I've been guided to this, okay, let's just put it that way. My spirit guides, my spiritual teachers, my ancestors have pushed me into tarot and astrology. My intuition was very much kind of knocking on my head and going like, wake up, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it like that. If you want to check out my Get to Know Me Through Astrology videos, actually the next one that I'm doing is going to be the 12th house. I might actually talk a little bit about that, about what I just spoke about in that particular video, because it's kind of relevant to the 12th house of my natal chart. Okay. So anyway, so I'm working on my website. I'm almost done with it. I just have to figure out the blog portion. Pink Floyd. I'm wearing this t-shirt that I got off of Amazon because I used to study psychology, and I'm all about the shadow work. I'm all about uncovering the unconscious, subconscious energies, the things that we're the most driven by, getting to know our darker energies, getting to know all the different facets of ourselves that make us a whole integrated human being, not repressing, not repressing, not repressing, not pushing our feelings and our opinions and our thoughts and our deeper emotions, not pushing them down, bringing them out into the light. That is what I'm here for, because too much is being pushed down, too much is too much is at stake here in the world. Okay, when you repress, when you keep things hidden, when you push things down into your soul, when you don't integrate all the different parts of who you are, it comes out in such ugly ways. It creates war. Sorry, I do have the news on in the background. It's on mute. I don't know why I watch the news. It just pisses me off when I watch the news, but I still watch it because I want to be aware of what these idiots are saying on TV and what kind of chaos they're creating. Okay, I don't care if I'm a tarot reader. I'm going to speak my truth. So this is not a channel that's all just like, oh, spirituality is just about love and this and this and that. Like, no. That's not the human experience is supposed to be felt. It's supposed to be experienced in all its different guises and all its different dimensions. It's not meant to be this illusion that America is trying to create this illusion. It's just an illusion. It's not real, okay? And people are gonna start to wake up, okay? It's just the ideal manifestation of politics is debate, is expressing multiple viewpoints, is it's supposed to be like a game, or it's supposed to be like a this is our, like when you go to a basketball game, you know you're going to a basketball game. You know that when you go home, you're going to go back to your life. You don't live your life in a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're a basketball player. When you go to a concert, you're going to a concert. You're going to witness the experience of this emotional thing, and then you go home and you don't live in that, you know. And I feel like politics and the media is manipulating people to like live in this realm, in this like governmental, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Politics is a separate thing. You can have, and it's, politics is just that. It's debate. It's debate, and people are turning it into like a war that encompasses the entirety of our being. You know, people are treating politics like this is who we are, you know. And that is really dangerous, because that is the problem of America, and that is why America has created chaos all around the world, because they think that this is like, I don't know. It's really scary. It's really bad. So you know, there's gonna be this chaos now going on, and people are gonna be fighting each other and getting caught up because they think that politics is like, because they think that who they are should be completely expressed through this medium. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I guess don't worry, you're not the only video where I ranted like this. I've been letting it out. I've been letting it out. So truth needs to be spoken. That's why we're human beings. We're not robots. We're human beings. We have different opinions. We have feelings. We have our own, you know, experiences of where we came from and what we've experienced in our lives. No one is the same. And that is exactly what makes us all different, is that we're not all the same. Okay? And once we understand that we have our own experiences, that we have our own like feelings about things and emotions about things, and then we recognize that we're different, we can finally start to go down a healthy path of like creativity and creating bridges between cultures and nationalities and ethnicities, and you know, push the future forward in a beautiful way, not a decisive, not in a like I've just had enough. Okay, so astrology and tarot for you guys. Yeah, so Freud, I just always liked Freud. He deals with the unconscious. He deals with the things that, the shadow. He deals with the shadow. Carl Jung is more about like spirituality, the collective conscious, the archetypes that are represented throughout our lives is like these different manifestations of like who we are, of like personalities, like the mother, the father, the grandma, like stuff like that. But and I feel like that has kind of been integrated already into our culture, but with we need to integrate the shadow, you know, and this is something that is coming when the shadow becomes fully integrated. You don't need to have war. You don't need to have this like pinning people against each other. I don't know. You don't need to do that. You don't need to create division for the sake of division. I don't know how else to explain it. Create division for the sake of division, or create yeah, we just need more free thinkers. That's it. You know, people who have their own opinions, people who can take information and dissect it and formulate their own opinion about it and not follow the masses, okay? Because I get so like fed up with social media because I feel like everybody has the same opinion. Not everybody, thank goodness, but you know, maybe I just need to expand my network of friends. That's very possible. But you can just call me an independent, okay? If you really want to put me in some kind of like political category, like I'm independent, okay? So, yeah. Sorry, I can't like not talk about politics right now. I just can't. You know, and I'm like totally about like you guys getting to know me. I'm not just here like, yes, like I'm here for you. I'm here to give you your reading. I have my little graph over here. But like I said, I'm not a robot. I'm a human being, okay? Okay. So so Gemini. So I'm gonna get into the planetary transits that are currently in effect through the houses. We're gonna touch on some of the bigger energies that are taking place, and then I'm just kind of gonna make my way from there. And then we're gonna get into the oracle and the tarot and see how the cards are coming out in your astrology and what energies are showing up in what part of your area, in what area of your life. Okay, so the big energies that we have going on right now is Aquarius, okay? And so everything that I've been talking about for the introduction of this video, super, super relevant to the bigger energies. And that's probably why I'm going on a rant about it, because it's this Aquarius energy. This is Aquarius energy. When we're talking about humanity, when we're talking about division, when we're talking about unity, when we're talking about politics, because Aquarius energy has a light side and it has a shadow side, okay? So like actually, this is the Aquarius glyph right over here. It's like the two water waves, but they don't touch. They're very individualistic, but they still coexist. They cohabitate. And that is the higher state of awareness for Aquarius, okay? It's being on different sides of the spectrum, having different opinions, but still being able to coexist, okay? So that is what needs to be integrated. That is what needs to happen. Right now, what we're experiencing is like this, this energy where people are having different opinions and they want to like fight each other. They want to like convince each other why their opinion is better than the other, okay? So, yeah, so that's probably why, because we have so much of this Aquarius energy kind of going on right now, that's probably one of the reasons why it's coming out for me. Okay, so this Aquarius energy, we have the Sun in Aquarius, we have Venus in Aquarius, or I'm sorry, we have the Sun in Aquarius, we have Mercury in Aquarius, we have Venus going into Aquarius February 1st. We have Saturn and Jupiter conjunct in Aquarius. They're about 5 degrees apart right now. Jupiter is slowly moving further away from Saturn, but they are still in Aquarius. On February 11th, we're going to have a new moon in Aquarius. Okay, so February 11th is just going to be like a super, super potent Aquarian day. Okay, 6 astrological planets in Aquarius, and this is in your 9th house, and the 9th house natural ruler is Sagittarius and Jupiter. So the 9th house is going to represent higher learning, long distance travel, philosophy, beliefs. Okay, so and it could very much be why I'm feeling so passionate about expressing this to you guys. I am a Sagittarius, you know, so it could very be for February that you are going to be triggered to really think about all this stuff that's going on and put it into a realm of like a higher mind, you know, to really grasp it from a higher perspective, to look at the bigger picture of it, to look at it from a spiritual standpoint, to look at it in terms of like how can all of this that's going on right now, all this Aquarius energy, all of these, how can you bring it into like a higher state of conscious awareness, into objective thinking, you know, to how can you think about it from an objective point of view and not get like caught up within the mess of it. So those are the big energies that are going on. And then the other big energies, we have Mars in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus, and this is transiting your 12th house of spirituality and isolation, okay? So Uranus is the planet of revolution, change, innovation. Mars is the planet of drive, instinct. Mars is very Freudian. Drive, instinct. I would say Mars and Pluto, okay? Very Freudian. Yeah, so this is in Taurus. Taurus is going to represent your personal possessions, your values, okay? So there could be some unexpected, kind of sudden little shifts in your how you value your own spirituality, or how you approach your own spiritual value system, okay? And figuring, like, there could be a need to kind of retreat and isolate yourself a little bit more from the chaos, okay? To be introspective, to think more about what it is that you value on a soul level, what it is that you value on a spiritual level, okay? And then we have Neptune in Pisces. Neptune has been in Pisces for a while now. It's an energy that is not as apparent because we have been experiencing it for a while, and we are going to continue to experience Neptune in Pisces for another 9 years, I believe. And this is kind of like a forward moving energy. It is a undercurrent. It's a current. It's like a stream of consciousness. It's like the river that flows between the two opposing viewpoints. It's the river that is able to connect people. People just need to tap into it. Okay, people need to tap into it. Not a lot of people really feel or understand what this energy is. It's very pure, creative, spiritual energy. It's all about creativity. And this is in your 10th house of work, career. So when it comes to your work and your career, there could be, it could be really, really important to find that bridge of connection with other people through creative means, through inspired, spiritual, creative ways of expressing yourself and of connecting yourself to other people in the realm of work, social status, career. Okay, so this is going to be really important. This is what's going to bring people together, not divide people. This is what's going to bring, this is what is going to drive the world forward with new innovative ideas and new creative ways to make money. Okay. Then we have Pluto in Capricorn in your 8th house of the unconscious, sex, death, rebirth, and other people's money and transformation. Okay, so big. We are currently in the Pluto return of the United States of America. So big changes with government establishment, big transformations with work and social status, and this is happening in kind of like the unconscious. So there's just big shifts taking place at an unconscious level, and you're realizing that you're going to need to work really hard at transforming yourself in order to stay in balance and in line with the future and with your own ideals and your own dreams. Towards the end of the month, on February 27th, we're going to have a full moon in Virgo, and that is in your 4th house of home, family, roots, childhood. So towards the end of the month, there could be some triggers in regards to your roots, okay? And maybe some healing might need to take place, some healing in regards to some little things that maybe like irritate you about your family or home life. Things that irritate you. Careful not to overanalyze and overthink. I guess that one wanted to fall out. Moonlight. Okay. That's interesting that came out while I was still thinking about that full moon in Virgo. So there's some hidden energies here. That might trigger some overthinking towards the end of the month. It could be in regards to family, your roots, or childhood memories, something that triggers you and you start to overthink things, or you try to figure things out. You try to analyze things and look at the details of maybe why you're feeling this way, how you can bring it into the light, how you can integrate the shadow. Okay, we're integrating the shadow. On February 1st, the moon is going to be in Libra. So that's going to be, starting February 1st, really take that energy and try to keep your emotions balanced, because as the month goes on, things could definitely get triggered in different ways, and unexpected things could trigger you to want to isolate yourself so you can understand yourself better and look at the details of some of your childhood experiences. Yep, solitude. See? Solitude. So I really feel like February could trigger some, just some things that's going to make you want to step back and spend some time with yourself, spark, and you could receive a download or like an inspiration or a new vision for the future in reference to this like creative energy that I was talking about, okay? When you spend time in solitude, you could really get in tune with that stream of consciousness, that divine pool of like creativity and reflection. And you can pull something creative from there that will help move things along in a positive or in a like creative way. Positive or creative way. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is Neptunian energy, okay? This is Neptune, so this is in the 10th house. So this is definitely, that spark that I was talking about, that idea, that creative kind of output, I feel like you're going to receive that when you really start to spend more time with yourself, when you remove yourself from kind of like the chaos, when you are able to tap into this divine pool of creativity, of consciousness, of spirituality, and you can really start to feel connected to it, and then you can see how you become connected to everything, and you see how you become connected to the world, to no matter what the different viewpoints are, you become connected, okay, no matter what. Ten of Swords, this is your card, Gemini. Okay, this is the Sun in Gemini, so this is in your first house. So you could definitely be undergoing, like, it could trigger the end of a cycle, and you could start to feel very like when you come out of this, you could start to feel a little like, I'm not feeling betrayed. It's not betrayed. It's kind of like, maybe for a moment you feel like you might be drowning in like this, like drowning in your own thinking. Like you're drowning yourself in your own, like there's no end. There's no end to this pool. There's no end to this stream of consciousness. And it's okay to go deep, as long as you come back up with an idea, as long as you come back up with like a reflection to put forth. But I don't know, this Ten of Swords is really interesting. And then we have the King of Wands. This is Leo energy. Let's see where you have Leo. You're Leo in your third house and this is the house that's natural ruler is Gemini. Short distance travel, friendship, communication. Okay. Yeah. So this is that spark that I was talking about. So once you isolate yourself and you really spend some time with your own spirituality and you really tap into that, like that emotional pool that you have access to unlimited, and you just kind of give yourself to it. You just kind of allow it to wash over you. This is also kind of a sacrificial card. It's kind of like giving your soul to that energy. You could start to feel yourself like maybe like drowning in it a little bit, and you're just trying to hang on to your mind. But I think the best thing is to let go. So like this is what's going to happen. This energy, this Ten of Swords energy of just like you're sabotaging your own head instead of just kind of allowing yourself to let go and just feel what you're feeling. Okay, so once you're able to just let go of all of this thinking, let go of all this over analyzing, and just like let yourself sink into the darkness, you're gonna come out the other side like with this beautiful kind of energy. You're gonna come out the other side with this King of Wands, very creative. The Leo is ruled by the Sun, and this is Sun in Gemini energy. So it's like this is the end of a cycle. It's like a rebirth, okay? It's like going into, it's like being baptized, like, like in a pool in like holy water or something like that. Like you drown, you see the darkness, and then you come up the other side with this like creative spark, this creative idea, this like vision, very, very bright energy. the King of Wands, Leo energy. It's very, very, there's like this internal strength, this internal light that just kind of shines and exudes from within. You don't even have to try. You don't even have to like try to shine that light. It just comes naturally from within. It's like a light of vitality. It's just this natural creative energy that just comes out in a really beautiful, natural kind of way. And this is in your third house of like friendships. Okay, so this is kind of like you stepping up into this leader position and being this like creative energy for others, becoming this creative energy for others. Yep. Page of Wands. This is more fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, and this energy is in your houses of relationships, acquaintances, networking, partnerships, things like that. So just like allowing yourself to be receptive to other creative energies as you put forth your creative energy. Also allowing yourself to receive the creative energy of other people and to learn from it and to allow yourself to be inspired by it. So you kind of just, you become a channel. Okay. Seven of Cups, we have Venus in Scorpio. Okay, we got Scorpio in your 6th house. This is the natural ruler of Virgo. 6th house is all about daily routines, your health, looking at the details, over analyzing. So, you know, as you start to receive these different creative energies, it's very possible that you're going to start to become a little like addicted to it. You're going to start becoming addicted to the emotional implications of it. You're going to start becoming kind of like, you're going to start to crave the emotional aspect of all these different kind of like fancy little illusions that are going on around you, these different choices. So maybe in your daily routines, the things that you do every day in your life, you could start to feel an emotional attachment to it, you know, like, I don't know, daily rituals like making yourself breakfast or coffee or something. Like it could start to feel a little, you know, you could start to feel indecisive in terms of like what you, the action that you want to take throughout the day. Maybe you don't really know what you want to do throughout your day. Like you're feeling a little, your energy is very, very fluid, very heightened. And you're just trying to figure out maybe like how to channel it the best way that you could. 7 of Swords, we have Moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is in your 9th house of higher learning. Okay, so like it could start to feel like a lot, and then you just don't make a decision at all, or you just like walk away from it completely in favor of in favor of like higher mind mental activity, instead of like getting caught up in all the different emotions of the everyday of what you're feeling. You kind of just like abandon it altogether and then step into just like this very, very, very Aquarius energy where it's like, fuck my feelings. I'm just gonna start thinking about things again instead of like feeling things again, which is really, really interesting. Okay, and then to wrap it up, we have the 5 of Swords, more Aquarius energy, Venus in Aquarius. So just be careful once you step into that kind of unemotional, once you abandon this decision-making process, you know, it looks like you kind of abandon this whole process of making a decision in favor of just like going your own way and just doing your own thing and not even wanting to make a choice. So it looks like when you do that, when that happens, maybe like, I don't know, maybe it comes off as a little like disparaging to somebody in your vicinity. So if you're like living with someone, if you have a partner, it could frustrate them. It could make them feel kind of like, well, you don't care, or you're not willing to spend the time to invest your emotions into this. And it could seem like you're only out for yourself. It could just kind of come out like you only care about your own ego and your own like mental stimulation and getting and doing things like your way and like your way or the highway. It could, I'm just letting you know how it could come across. I'm not saying it's like a good or a bad thing. That's just how the energy could come across to someone. Like it's either your way or the highway. And that you're only focused on information, you're only focused on like the mind, you're not really focused on like the emotional aspect of things. So this is your energy reading for February 2021, Gemini. I really hope that this reading helped, and I'll see you guys next time.